Hi, am I on the air?
Yep.
Fuck.
Thanks.
Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
John, I got you.
John, do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded, I don't trust these ceilings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest necks on the cloud. Am I in the air? Sunday nights, prime time. I flex my better. Voltron transform to DX Don. Mega and off-scene. You probably think I'm nice, cause I slow like a stream to your wireless device. And the smoke full of steam on any given night. How short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about, I tune in and tune the rest out. Done. You gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air.
Hi, am I on the air?
Aw, yeah, it's that time again, everybody. Welcome back to another Am I on the Air? That is right, it is your one-stop shop for all the latest and greatest in entertainment news. I'm your host, Don Mega, and I welcome you to the show. It's season 18, episode 5, and tonight's show is titled, I'd Rather Rule in Hell Than Serve in Heaven. That's right, a really cool line from the number one movie in the world, that is Alita Battle Angel. So, spoiler alert, that will be your movie review here tonight that we'll be talking about in non-spoiler fashion, so don't freak out. But we will be talking Alita here tonight. Very excited to talk about that. But first of all, just thank you for joining me again. It is Monday night. It is February the 18th. We're broadcasting live here from the Red Dragons radio studios here in lovely Tucson, Arizona. I should say freezing Tucson, Arizona. I know that sounds weird, right? But it is literally in the 20s right now. They're talking about it snowing tomorrow. It is cold as ice. Yes, it is. I am freezing, and I do not freeze very easily. The weather here in Arizona has been funky over the last month or two. It is just super hot one day and then ice cold the next, and you wonder why a bunch of people are getting sick constantly, and that's because this damn weather can't make up its mind whether to be hot or cold. But that's not why you're here. This ain't a weather show. This is an entertainment show. We talk about movies. We talk about television shows. We talk about trailers, and we go through it all here. I get you caught up with everything that's going down in the world of entertainment news. So let's get it going. Let's get this baby cracked open for season 18, episode 5. And like I said, we're going to kick things off as we always do with a new movie review. And we are talking Alita Battle Angel. It is the number one movie in the world, directed by Robert Rodriguez, executive produced by James Cameron. I went to Comic-Con about 10 years ago, before Avatar came out, and heard James Cameron speak in person about how much Alita Battle Angel meant to him. And it was a movie that he's wanted to make his whole career, but just been waiting for the right time to make it due to technology. And finally the time is here, but you know what? He's a little busy making these other Avatar movies. So he reached out to a friend of his, Robert Rodriguez, and said, hey, I'm going to help you out here, but I need you to take the reins. I need you to make this movie. So Robert took it, and he made this film. And I got to tell you, I absolutely loved it. I'm not going to sugarcoat this thing. I'm not going to make you wait. I was blown away by how much I love this movie. If you watched the trailers and you've been on the fence, all I can say to you is if you are a fan of sci-fi in any way, if you are a fan of great action, cool visuals, this is a movie you need to see, and it's a movie you need to see on the big screen. I saw it in IMAX 3D and was just blown away. I mean, from the second the movie started to the second the movie ended, I was completely blown away. It's a movie that is based off a Japanese anime manga And you know how these adaptations go. They don't work out very well most of the time. But, my brother-in-law went with me, and he's a big fan of the source material, and he came out really loving this movie and saying, man, they were pretty damn faithful, and he loved the way that it played out. So for me, I never saw the anime. You know what? This makes me want to go watch the anime now that I've seen the movie. I want to know more. So I'm almost more intrigued now to go seek out the source material. Whereas my brother-in-law knew the source material and kind of went into this movie a little bit skeptical and then came out a fan for sure. Geeky Pat went with us also. He loved it. He said his favorite movie of the year. At this point, it's early on in the year, so I'd have to agree with him. It probably is the best movie of the year so far. We'll see how that pans out by the end of the year. But all three of us were just blown away, especially in IMAX 3D. It was just visually mind-blowing. The movie, kind of just for me to sum it up loosely without spoilers, is Christoph Waltz is a doctor, and he comes across, he's searching for parts in the scrapyard, and he comes across this android head. So he puts a body to it and brings it back to life, and it's Alita. She doesn't know who she is, she doesn't have any memories, and he kind of almost starts to bring her up like it's his daughter. She starts to have kind of flashbacks that she can fight, and she used to be a warrior at one point. And the story kind of unfolds from there. And of course, the other androids and the other hierarchy in the movie don't like what she's doing. They don't like who she is, and they're kind of afraid of her. So they all kind of set to take her out. But she's not very easy to take out because she is the battle angel. So that's kind of it in a loose kind of wrap up. I'm telling you guys, man, I cannot emphasize it enough that if you are any kind of action sci-fi fan, I don't know what you're waiting for. You need to run out and see this movie. From the minute this movie started to the minute it ended, I was so hooked to the screen. I don't even know how long this movie is because it felt like 15 minutes to me. It flew by so fast because I was so in tune and so just loving everything that was going on the screen. All the cool characters that came up, the cool visuals, the concepts. I was just so on board, man. Jennifer Connelly in here. Marshala Ali. There's several really cool cameos. It's just the acting, the way it all comes together was so cool. Rosa Salazar is the girl who plays Alita, and she did this whole movie in mocap, kind of like how Andy Serkis did Caesar in the the Apes movies. You know, she wore the dots all over her face, and she wore the camera helmet, you know, and did this whole movie. I mean, so it's not like she is not a complete CGI character. She did mocap, and the way Alita comes to life is awesome. Like, Alita was a cool as shit character that I wanted to hang out with. She was awesome. And so, yeah, and Christoph Waltz, great. I love this movie. Plain and simple, that's all I can say. When it ended, and I'll say this, man, the movie ends truly setting up for a sequel. And I did not even realize the movie was over. Like, Geeky Pat was sitting next to me, and he said, "Oh, it's gonna end on a cliffhanger ending, and they're gonna try to set up the sequel." And I was like, "No, we still got like an hour, don't we? Like, it's gonna wrap up." And the credits started rolling, and I'm like, "Oh my God, you're right! It's been like 2 hours." I was not ready for the movie to end. I honestly thought it was going to continue on and keep us going where I thought the movie was taking me. But instead, it leaves us off kind of hinting what's next. And I'll tell you, I want what's next right now. Robert Rodriguez, please get on that. But this is also why I have to plead to you guys to please go out and support this movie. Go see this movie. Go put some money into it. Because this was an expensive movie. And right now, it's only doing so-so at the box office. Yes, it's number one. But it made under $30 million over the weekend, which a movie like this needed to make at least 50 or more to even be considered somewhat of a hit. It's doing decent business overseas, but it's gonna this movie's going to have to clear probably $500 million to turn a profit. And I don't know if it's going to get that at this point. And I'm going to be very disappointed if we don't get to see a sequel out of this movie. It deserves it. And I think, if you weren't a fan of the trailers for whatever reason, but you usually like this kind of movie, please, I implore you, go out and give it a shot. Try it and enjoy it. I really do think you'll have a great time. That's all I can really say, man. 3 of us saw it, and we all walked out going, that was pretty damn incredible. The feedback in the theater was buzzing. People clapped and applauded when it was over. It was a very good vibe in the theater. So that's my take, man, on Alita Battle Angel. I give it 5 out of 5 stars. I think it's the first 5 I've given in 2019 so far. So congratulations to Alita Battle Angel. Absolutely loved it. Can't wait to buy this in 4K. I don't even know. Maybe I'll even go watch it in the theater again. Great movie, man. Alita Battle Angel, 5 out of 5. Whew. All right. So there's your movie review of the week. And now we will shift gears and get you caught up in the latest and greatest news in entertainment. So in our ever-loving, ever-longing, ever-running Everything Wrong With series, we have Everything Wrong With Bird Box in 18 minutes or less. Now remember, everything that I go over news-wise with you guys, you can find the full articles and the full results to on our social media. So whether it be our Twitter page, which is my recommended forum for you guys, twitter.com/amiontheair, or our Facebook page, facebook.com/amiontheair. Either way, I am going to give you the headlines. I'm going to read you the news. I will dive into some stuff. But if you want to know more, just check out our social media, okay? Especially for any of these trailers and different videos and stuff, that's always going to be in our social media. So, Everything Wrong With Bird Box in 18 minutes or less. We have a brand new trailer for the female version of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, which is now called The Hustle. And it is Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson. And I actually really dug this trailer. It was pretty damn funny. So check out the trailer for The Hustle. We have the Honest trailer for How to Train Your Dragon. We have the new trailer for Yesterday and the new trailer for Tolkien. So check that out. The Witches movie adaptation has added Octavia Spencer. Jane Levy is set to star in the NBC pilot called Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. Lucy Liu lands a lead role in the new CBS All Access show Why Women Kill. Pierce Brosnan is attached to star in Rennie Harlin's new movie called The Misfits. Shamik Moore and Ashton Sanders have joined Hulu's Wu-Tang Clan series. Wu-Tang Clan? Wu-Tang. Chris Alexander is set to direct the satanic possession thriller tentatively titled Christina. The Handmaid's Tale Season 3 is set to premiere in June over on Hulu. Chris Evans is in talks to star in a new Paramount Pictures film called Infinite. Comedy Central has landed David Spade for a new late-night talk show. It sounds like he's going to be riffing on pop culture stuff, which is right up my alley, so can't wait to see this. The Netflix anthology series, Dolly Parton's Heartstrings, is coming very soon to Netflix, and they're starting to put that cast together. Abigail Spencer and Elle Fanning have new dramas that are getting series orders over on Hulu. ABC's considering that development of that Blackish prequel, which will be spun off of Rainbow, the mom on the show of Blackish, which I believe we talked about this on last week's show, but it looks like they're still pushing it further along into development. Comedy Central's bringing back Crank Yankers. Yay, Crank Yankers! Crank Yankers revival series, so I don't know how many of the original cast will return, but I loved Crank Yankers, man. It's been a long time, so we've had a good prank show. Now, the Oscars last week revealed that they were going to move 4 categories off of the live show. They were going to do them during commercial breaks. Well, nobody liked that. Everybody bitched about it, and a lot of the celebrities were like, oh, hell no. So guess what? The Oscars have said, we just joking. That's not going to happen. We will air all of our awards live on television. So there you go. Don't have to worry about missing anything out. It'll all be on TV. The Child's Play TV series will return to the tone of the early films. So there you go. Chris Evans, going back to that movie Infinite that he's in talks to play, Antoine Fuqua is set to direct that film. So that sounds like a great pairing, man. Antoine Fuqua with Chris Evans. I hope it's an action-packed movie. Ian McShane says that American Gods Season 2 will draw more from the book. Carson Daly is going to no longer do his late-night talk show Last Call with Carson Daly. 17 years he's been doing it, man. Isn't that crazy? I mean, this is one of those shows that I only know is still on TV because it'll be late at night. I'll fall asleep on the couch. And then when I wake up, and if it happens to be on NBC, there's Carson Daly talking at like 2 in the morning about nonsense. And he's always interviewing people that no one knows who the hell he's talking about. But his show, Last Call with Carson Daly, is being canceled after 17 years. So who knows if they'll maybe bring him back with a new host. But Carson is out. A new Amy Schumer Netflix comedy special is set to drop in March. Sarah Wayne Callies is set to star in a new NBC drama called Council of Dads. Family Guy and Bob's Burgers have both been renewed over at Fox, so that's pretty awesome. Love me some Family Guy. So that's really, really cool. The first teaser trailer for Frozen 2 dropped, and it's an interesting teaser trailer, man. It is super dark. There's really no singing. There's no dialogue. And I'm like, this is the first thing you released for this new kids movie? Very, very interesting way to roll it out. So check out that teaser trailer if you haven't seen it. Why Women Kill. Jennifer Goodwin is joining Lucy Liu in the new dark comedy drama. Good Omens is set to premiere in May over on Amazon Prime Video. Jack Ryan has been renewed for a Season 3 over on Amazon. Even though Season 2 hasn't even aired yet, they've already renewed it for Season 3. Chris Pratt is set to star in Chris McKay's new sci-fi film titled Ghost Draft. The USA Network has ordered Brave New World straight to series. The Dune Reboot has added Josh Brolin to its cast. Now, this Dune Reboot is shaping up to be something insane. Every couple days, we keep reading all these big A-list stars keep joining the cast, man. This is not the last time we will mention Dune casting. Excuse me. Supposedly, if DC moves forward with that Gotham City Sirens movie, Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn will not be a part of it. The Breaking Bad movie that they're putting together is actually set to air on not only AMC, but it'll be on Netflix as well. Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover movie has been announced. I don't know, man. If you guys like this stuff, cool. I don't understand why we are doing crossovers with Batman and the Ninja Turtles. I just don't feel like these worlds should share whatsoever. But that's just me, I guess. Hulu. Is Hulu going to come save the day? I don't know, but it's possible. Hulu might actually revive the Marvel Netflix TV shows eventually. Now, we did talk before that supposedly there is a loophole that says the shows are under contract still to Netflix for at least 2 years after cancellation, so you can't use these characters. But hey, in 2 years, we could see Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Punisher, Jessica Jones. We could see them all pop up over on Hulu. Now, for those of you that had that original thought, like I once had, that, you know, this stuff will probably just be on the Disney streaming service, won't it? Check this out. So, with the Disney buyout of Fox, Disney also gains the primary ownership of Hulu. So they're going to control the majority stake of Hulu. Now, Disney Plus is set to still do its thing later this year. But here's the dealio. Disney Plus is going to be very kid-friendly. It's going to be it's the Marvel movies, it's Star Wars, it's all the animated stuff. It's very PG-13 and below. Anything that has those R-rated tinges, violence, just kind of that next step up is not going to be on the Disney Plus service. Disney Plus is not going to have any R-rated movies, stuff like that. Hulu gives them that outlet that they need to put the R-rated stuff and to possibly bring back some Netflix shows that might be a little bit too violent for the Plus service. Because remember, when we were talking about Daredevil getting canceled and Punisher getting canceled, stuff like that, everybody said, man, I don't know if I wanted to go to the Disney streaming because it might get toned down too much. Well, if it goes to Hulu, you got nothing to worry about there. So that is the rumor mill. Now, just to kind of put a bow on all this Marvel Netflix stuff, breaking news as of today, Netflix has officially canceled Punisher and Jessica Jones. They were the final two shows on Netflix under the Marvel umbrella, right? They had already canceled Daredevil, already canceled Luke Cage, already canceled Iron Fist, and then now we were just waiting to see what was going to happen with Jessica Jones and The Punisher. The Punisher's second season just ended about a month ago. There's still a third season to come for Jessica Jones, and Netflix does say that they still plan to air it, but they came out today and just basically said, why are we even procrastinating this? Yes, they're both canceled. So even though there's still an upcoming season 3 of Jessica Jones, it will be the final season. And now we know, like we always knew it was going to happen, it was just a matter of time, but that Punisher is over as well. So all of the Netflix Marvel shows are officially canceled now, which means hopefully that clock is ticking for the 2-year grace period, and then maybe Hulu, who looks to be more than happy to swing in and pick up the rights. This might have been the play all along, but we'll see where it goes. We got an article up with Ian McShane talking about some news on the Deadwood movie, so check that out if you're interested. Dennis Quaid has been tapped for a new Netflix Christmas series called Merry Happy Whatever. American Gods Season 3 looks like it will be happening. They are saying it's a near certainty that it gets picked up for a Season 3. But they're looking for a new showrunner right now. In a little bit of interesting news, think back to Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, right? That was the one that originally introduced Jeremy Renner's character. So the original plan of that movie was that by the end of the movie, Tom Cruise's Ethan Hunt was actually going to move into the secretary role and become the boss. And then either Jeremy Renner's character was going to step up or a new agent was going to come on and they were going to move forward with the series with a new agent. And then always just have Tom Cruise kind of being that, like how Alec Baldwin's been in the last couple of movies. He was going to just be the secretary. So that was the original plan, and then they ended up shifting things, and now obviously Ethan Hunt is still the main badass in the Mission Impossible series, and they never did it, but I love reading articles like that always kind of give us just a little peek behind the curtain of what could have been. So I'm glad that Ethan's still doing his thing. He hasn't hung it up yet, but that was interesting to see that at one point, Mission Impossible 4 Ghost Protocol was supposed to pretty much retire him. There is a new Star Trek animated series that looks like it might possibly find its way home over on Nickelodeon. Going back to the Good Omens show that's set to premiere on Amazon in a couple months, they have just hired Benedict Cumberbatch to play Satan. That's right, he will be playing Satan. Edie Falco is set to star as the first female LAPD chief in a new CBS drama called Tommy. The FBI spinoff has just hired Kellen Lutz in a lead role. We have the brand new trailer for Ma. I love this trailer for Ma. Octavia Spencer being crazy as shit in a Blumhouse movie. Sign me up. Check out this trailer if you haven't seen it. It is pretty awesome. We have Everything Wrong with Hitch in 16 minutes or less. Santa Clarita Diet Season 3 is on its way in March, and I'm so excited about that. Disney's Pirates reboot has hit a snag as the Deadpool writers have officially dropped out. That's right. They were writing the script, and now they have bounced off the project. I'm happy for them, man. They don't need to be tying up their time for a damn Pirates reboot. Go on with your life. A Psych movie sequel is coming to the USA Network. I know a lot of people are going to be stoked on that one. The movie The Kissing Booth over on Netflix has officially been given a sequel, so part 2 is coming soon. Emily Allen Lind is set to star in a new sci-fi comedy pilot called Cult Classic, or Future Cult Classic is what they're calling it. Paddington is set to head to the small screen for a brand new kids series. Kenan Thompson is going to be executive producing an All That revival over on Nickelodeon. Midnight Radio writers have joined the Russo brothers for a new untitled Amazon spy series. Hey, anything with the Russo brothers' name attached to it, I am on board. HBO is adapting They Both Die at the End with J.J. Abrams. There's going to be a new League of Their Own TV series that'll be coming to Amazon, but it will feature a brand new team, so they're not doing a straight adaptation of the movie. The new Apple TV service is set to be launching in April. The Dune movie. I told you earlier, after I talked about Thanos himself, Josh Brolin, joining the cast, that we probably have another big actor on his way, and that is right, because guess who else is joining? My man, Jason Momoa. That's right, Aquaman himself, Jason Momoa, has joined Dune. Man, this cast gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Kelsey Grammer says that they're still working on that Frasier revival, and that if it does happen, it'll likely end up over on Netflix. Captain Marvel is currently tracking for a big $100+ million opening. That's a given at this point, right? For sure. There was a big rumor going around last week that Rian Johnston, who directed Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, he was supposed to be working on a new Star Wars trilogy that was his own vision. And then a big rumor came out last week saying that he's been fired, he's no longer doing it. Well, Rian Johnston came out and he has confirmed that that is not true, and he is still working on his new original Star Wars trilogy. So there you go. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 6 looks to now be getting a springtime premiere. So hopefully in late May or early June. They haven't given us a specific date yet, but that looks to be when it might be hitting. We have the extended trailer for Doom Patrol, which, by the way, has officially hit the DC streaming service. I did watch the pilot, and I loved it. I thought Doom Patrol was awesome. You get to see the backstory to every one of these characters. It's got humor. It's got some pretty cool action. It's very adult. I was surprised at some of the stuff, and yeah, they killed it for me, man. I cannot wait for next week. DC does like to roll things out one episode each week, so just like Titans was, there's only the first episode up right now, and every Friday a new episode will drop. But so far, so good. Let's see here. What else we got cooking? We have the new second trailer for Triple Frontier, which is that new awesome-looking movie over on Netflix with Ben Affleck and Oscar Isaac, so check that out. Kevin Smith is going to be working with that Howard the Duck animated series that's coming to Hulu, so he's super excited about it, so check that out. The Loki TV series, it looks like it has landed a new showrunner, and it's going to be Rick and Morty's Michael Waldron, so he'll be spearheading that. Star Wars Episode 9 has officially wrapped production. J.J. Abrams shared a little picture on the last day of set, and looks really, really cool there. Junkie XL is set to score the Sonic the Hedgehog soundtrack. We have our first look at the Creep from the new Creepshow TV series, and he does look pretty creepy. Penny Dreadful sequel series has added Jessica Garza and Jonathan Neves to the series. Gotham's Robin Lord Taylor, who of course plays Oswald Cobblepot, the Penguin, he's joining the Netflix series You for season 2. Chris Evans has dropped out of the Netflix movie The Devil All the Time, and he's been replaced by his good old best friend in the world, Bucky. That's right, Sebastian Stan is replacing Chris Evans in the new Netflix movie The Devil All the Time. It's unfortunate Chris Evans had to drop out. It was a scheduling conflict. Transformers The War for Cybertron has officially been announced for Netflix, coming in 2020. DC Superhero Girls, man, they got a new series, and it's going to be hitting the Cartoon Network starting on March 8th. This is a new version. It's a revamped DC Superhero Girls, new voices, new characters. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to launch on March 8th with what looks like a mini TV movie, and then have new episodes each and every week on the Cartoon Network. My daughter loves DC Superhero Girls, so she likes the older version of it. I don't know. She's kind of getting into the new one, but it's going to take a little bit of time. She's been so accustomed to the old one. But she's super stoked that this is going to be on TV, and it's coming soon. So that should get girls around the world very, very excited all the way around. The Rock has officially announced that Jumanji 3 has started production. So that's right, we are moving forward with the new Jumanji, baby. Mattel is developing 22 shows across multiple platforms. So lots of Mattel stuff in the works. Well, this next piece of news is something I was hoping I wasn't going to have to address. It was something I was hoping was going to somehow work itself out. Despite all the rumors, despite everything going on, I still felt like there was a glimmer of hope there. Well, my glimmer has been officially put out. On last week's show, I talked about how a lot of sites were running that Ben Affleck is officially out as Batman. Confirmed, right? Confirmed. Well, I told you guys last week it wasn't confirmed. Nowhere did Warner Brothers or Ben Affleck say, I'm not Batman anymore. People were just assuming that he was out. Because all these articles were running that the new Matt Reeves Batman movie was going to be a prequel, and it was going to have a young version of Batman in it, so it couldn't be Ben Affleck, and blah, blah, blah. So I said, just wait. Nothing's confirmed yet. Let's wait and see what happens. Well, unfortunately, a couple nights ago, Ben Affleck was on Jimmy Kimmel, and Jimmy asked him, what's up with Batman? We hear you're no longer Batman. And he kind of gives this roundabout answer, right? He talks about how he says, yeah, at one point I was supposed to write and direct it, and I worked with another really good screenwriter, and we just couldn't crack it. I just couldn't crack it. So, we turned it over, and now Matt Reeves has it, and he's going to do a great job with it. So best of luck with him. And it's like, okay. And then he tells Ben they retired his cowl, actually, on the show, and told Ben to say something to the camera. And Ben looked at the camera and he said, I'm not Batman. Since the joke is always, everybody's always like, I'm Batman. So he says, I'm not Batman. And that was that, right? Kind of anticlimactic. Pissed me off a bit that Ben went out like that. Something still feels weird here, because he talks a lot about not writing and directing the solo movie, and then Matt Reeves coming in, and it's like, well, what about you as Batman? Like, just because you're not writing and directing the movie anymore, why can you not still be Batman? Like, that's the part that I don't understand. It seems like he dances around it every single time. This was the same guy that at Comic-Con last year was like, yeah, Matt Reeves is going to do it. I'm going to do it. I would do anything for Matt Reeves. Blah, 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 blah. And now he's not Batman? It makes me mad. Ben Affleck as Batman, I loved. I thought he was the best Batman we've ever had. And he never got the chance to do a solo movie. And I think if he could have had that chance, he could have done something really special. And it just pisses me off that he's not going to have that chance now. And he is officially gone from the DCU. And now it's like, well, where does that take our universe? Is Henry Cavill still Superman? I don't know what's going on. I just don't like this at all. So Ben, I know you're listening. I thank you so much for your time. I wish you would have stayed on as Batman. I think you're an amazing Batman. So I won't harp on it, but we loved you, Ben. All right, moving along. The director of Isn't It Romantic, Todd Strauss-Schulson, is set to helm a new movie called Silent Retreat. Mark Webb, director of the Spider-Man movies, is set to direct a new live-action Your Name remake. Frozen 2 trailer becomes the most watched animated trailer of all time. Congratulations to that. We have the new trailer for 5 Feet Apart and the new trailer for Long Shot. I really, really like this Long Shot trailer. It's Charlize Theron, Seth Rogen. It looks really, really funny. It's a reverse Pretty Woman. Check it out. It is really damn funny. Universal Pictures has pushed back Fast and Furious 9 just a little bit. It'll now come out on Memorial Day 2020. Also being pushed back is Bond 25. That's right, James Bond 25 is being pushed back to Easter 2020 because the script just had a big rewrite. So they have to push that back a bit for the rewrite script. Andrew Bernstein is set to direct the Outsider adaptation of Stephen King's novel. The Dune movie that we've talked about with its big ginormous cast is going to come out in November of 2020. Netflix has acquired the rights to Chris Evans' new movie, The Red Sea Diving Resort. The Red Sea Diving Resort. So that will come out on Netflix soon. Chris Rock is set to direct Kenan Thompson in his new comedy pilot, which is being titled Saving Kenan. Netflix's You Season 2 has officially begun production. Ken Jeong is set to play a crazy rich Asian in the new CBS comedy pilot from the Crazy Rich Asians writer. Cosmos Season 2 is delayed after the investigation into Neil deGrasse Tyson's alleged misconduct. So that's on hold right now. Excuse me. John Mulaney is set to host SNL in March. Supposedly the new Loki series is going to follow Loki as he shapeshifts throughout human history, influencing historical events. That sounds pretty interesting. So that's not confirmed, but that's supposedly what the solo Loki show might be about. It looks like, so there was a lot of rumors going around that Harley Quinn will not be a part of James Gunn's Suicide Squad sequel, but now we're getting new reports saying that she is going to be involved. So once again, nothing 100% confirmed, but it is looking more likely that she will return to reprise her Harley Quinn role in James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. Kevin Smith says that Jay and Silent Bob Reboot is going to start filming next week, so that's awesome. About damn time. Queen and with Adam Lambert are set to rock the stage over at the Oscars. I'm super excited about that. We got a pretty cool article up with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. stars keeping Clark Gregg's Season 6 return a secret and how his new role is a treat for fans. Lots of speculation here on what he could be doing in the new Season 6. HBO has released a full trailer for Veep's 7th and final season, so check that out. And that, my friends, is the news of the last week. That's right. That is how we do it here and get you caught up once again in the latest and greatest in entertainment news. So let's talk release dates and box office, shall we? Coming out on Blu-ray and DVD tomorrow is A Star is Born, Overlord, and Robin Hood. I know Friggins is probably waiting in line right now to get that Robin Hood Blu-ray, because he doesn't want to get it on digital for whatever reason. He could have had it weeks ago, but he's waiting in line at Best Buy to get his Steelbook. All these movies have been on digital for weeks, so once again, digital is the way to go, my friends. In theaters this Friday is going to be How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World and the new film Fighting with My Family. I've already purchased my tickets for Fighting with My Family. I will be seeing that this weekend. I might even see How to Train Your Dragon. I think my daughter wants to see it, so maybe we'll check that out on Saturday. But definitely going, me and Geeky Pat, checking out Fighting with My Family this Friday night. We are big wrestling fans, of course, and this movie is the true story about Paige, and I can't wait to see it. It's getting rave reviews, and I can't wait to check this one out. Here's your weekend box office. Coming in number 10, it is Green Book with 2.8 mil. Number 9 is The Prodigy with 3.2. Number 8 is Glass with 3.9. Number 7 is The Upside with 5.6. Number 6 is Cold Pursuit with 6 million. Number 5 is a debut. It's Happy Death Day to You with 9.8 million. Pretty low debut for Happy Death Day. I know they made it for under 10 mil, so I'm sure they might still be happy, but Happy Death Day 1 was the number 1 movie when it came out, and number 2 only comes in number 5 in its debut weekend. Number 4 is What Men Want with 10.9 million. Number 3 is another debut. It's the Rebel Wilson movie, Isn't It Romantic, making a very nice 14.2 mil in its debut. Number 2 is the Lego Movie 2, the second part, making 21.2 million. Pretty good second week for Lego Movie because it barely dropped week 1 to week 2. And number 1, like we talked about earlier, Alita, Battle Angel, making 27.8 million in its first 3-day weekend. And then if you include today, because today was President's Day, I think it bumps the total to 35 or 36 mil. So it's okay, but I need you guys to get out there and support this movie so I get my sequel, okay? I'm calling on you guys at this point. I need my sequel. Well, with that all being said, my friends, that will do it here for us. Got it under a nice 40-minute mark, so nice and sweet. Thank you for joining me on this adventure as we get through all the latest and greatest entertainment news. Let's talk some social media plugs, why don't we? Our official website, our official website is amiontheair.com. That's right, amiontheair.com. You can follow us on Twitter at amiontheair. You can follow me on Twitter at dxdonmega. You can also like us on Facebook, facebook.com/amiontheair. You can subscribe to us on iTunes. We are streaming on iTunes. Download, rate, and subscribe if that's your thing. If iTunes ain't your thing, you can find us and subscribe to us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play Podcast. We are on Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn. We're all over the web, so check us out on any of those platforms. Spotify is my favorite, but I know a lot of people love Stitcher still. That's where JV Lewis listens to us every week. But lots of different ways, like I said, Google Play Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all that good stuff. So check us out all across there. We are available on YouTube, youtube.com/amiontheair. We're on Instagram, simply amiontheair. I want to always shout out Stardust. Once again, Stardust is a really cool app. If you don't have it, what are you waiting for? Download it on your phone, download it on your tablet, whatever. It doesn't matter what service you're using. It doesn't matter if you have Android. It doesn't matter if you have iPhone, whatever. Download it. It's called Stardust. You can record your own 30-second mini reviews for TV shows, movies, trailers. Post your own, man. Post it. I post mine. You can post yours. Follow me. I'll follow you back. It's a great way for me to get the word out right away on what I think about a show, a movie. I did a bunch of trailers this week. I talked about Doom Patrol Episode 1. I'm also currently binging Friends from College Season 2 over on Netflix, which is great so far. So lots of cool stuff on Stardust. So just jump on there and follow me. I'm on Stardust. It's simply Don Mega, DONMEGA. Give me a follow. I'll follow you back. And of course, we need to shout out our great affiliates at reddragonsradio.com. Follow on Twitter at Red Dragons Radio. You can listen to us. You can listen to other great podcasts like Rachel Squared, the Drunk Girls podcast, like Way Off Topic, like the Indie Sports Car podcast. There's so many cool stuff on there. Hush. It goes on and on and on. Lots of great podcasts. Go on there and check them all out. That does it for me. Monday night, February the 18th. Thank you so much for joining me. We will be back next week with another brand new episode. So take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, y'all. Peace!
Bye, everybody.
Red Dragon!
Red Dragon.